What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. As you can see from the title of this video, I wanted to give commentary on Chef Don Don's amazing interview with Melody Shari's makeup artist, Jay Taylor, today. He did a fantastic job. I love the energy between these two men. You can feel the love between the friendship and the rapport, and I just feel like they vibe very well. So I just love the energy throughout their entire conversation. It didn't even feel like an interview, it felt like a conversation. And I felt like they definitely put themselves in women's shoes in terms of relationships. And he even felt for Melody. And we're going to get into some of the crazy stuff that people DM her when it comes to her former marital relationship. We're going to get into that, as well as, of course, the blogger that Melody went live about earlier this week, some details regarding him. I guess there was a live yesterday, over this past weekend, and some things were said. Jay gives his commentary on that as well. And I just want to say thank you, Chef Don Don, for, just giving me your blessing with this commentary. Definitely the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary of these sound bites are allowed. And everything said here is definitely alleged and just my opinion. But I thought Chef did an amazing job. And it's one thing, like when you ask really good questions and you make the person who's being interviewed at ease, but it's a totally another thing when the two of you have a vibe and an energy. And I could just sense the friendship between the two, and it was awesome. All right, so let's get right on to it. So, concerning the blogger that has been in the news lately, Jay gave his opinion about an earlier piece that the blogger did earlier this year about going to a former castmate of Love and Marriage Huntsville's marital home during the open house. And Jay is actually going to give his commentary about the blogger attending the open house. And here's what he had to say.
When he spoke to me about Houston, I said, Anthony, stay out of it. Like, I honestly, I told him, I said, hey, I think you're great at what you do, but you need to learn to just talk about the show. Because, and I'll say it, I was doing Melody's makeup at Huntsville, and that's when the video came out. He had just put a video up about Destiny's open house. When I tell you, Melody and I were so disgusted. And mind you, Melody and Destiny, they're not a thing anymore. You know what I mean? Right. But as a human being, like watching that video, like going through the closets, some of her intimate apparel was shown. I felt like that was too much. That's just me. And Melody felt the same. I was like, that was too much. And I don't have an issue with Destiny, although I feel like Destiny was partially responsible for what happened at that reunion. But that's so old. I don't even really care about it. Sometimes Destiny would like a
like that tea. After they had clapped that tea. But anyway, keep going. Sorry.
I feel like Destiny was partially responsible for what happened at that reunion. And I can see her being upset, you know what I'm saying? Because I put her on blast too. But I don't have an issue with her. And Melody, I don't interact with her, but sometimes she'll like a post here or there on my Instagram. But when we saw that video, I'm telling y'all right here on this live that Melody and I were very disgusted. And I think Melody even mentioned that on one of her lives. It was like a part one or part two, where she said one of her past cast members, she didn't like that. And that's what she was referring to. And
So Jay wanted to make it perfectly clear that both he and Melody did not agree with the blogger showing the open house and the interior of the home. Jay even pointed out that some of Destiny's intimate apparel was shown. And, of course, an open house, it is open to the public when a home is listed for sale, but the open house usually is not, streamed on some sort of platform. So that is what makes it definitely a unique situation. So I think that that speaks to Melody's maturity and her ability to be empathetic, be an empath, that she can say that she did not like what was done to Destiny, and she and Destiny are not even cool anymore. So Melody is able to compartmentalize and sit to the side the fact that she and Destiny are not close, and she can still say, I feel for her, I'm sure she felt violated, and that was not cool. And as far as in the beginning of his quote, he was saying that, when it came to the Houston cast trip and leaking out info before it airs, and the situation allegedly involving perhaps Kiki and her mom and possibly Melody over the vote for Kiki to not stay in the home. Jay was saying that he told the blogger to leave it alone. And, Jay feels like bloggers, we should just stick to simply reviewing the show. And, definitely that is something that I do. In addition to TV show recaps, I will give commentary on things that run on social media, which is public. But I definitely do not get information about what is going to happen or in the future. And I know that that could really cause issues. I'm not an idiot. And I've been watching reality TV since I was a kid growing up. And I know that even when I watch interviews of reality TV stars, they don't even give a lot of details. They'll say, you'll have to watch the upcoming season or keep watching, and then it will be revealed. It will come full circle. And even when people ask them questions, we already know that they're going to say, well, keep watching, so I don't expect to be in a position where I could give out info before it airs. That wouldn't even make sense to me, but I get it because the network, they want people to watch the show. They want to make the money from the advertisers for the commercials, and they need us to be engaged and be interested. And if information leaks out before it airs, that could dampen the viewer's curiosity. So it definitely makes sense to me. And when Chef said, clock that tea, he was referring to Jay saying that, Destiny was allegedly, according to him, partially responsible for, the alleged altercation between himself and Martell. So I don't know if Destiny went and hyped up Martell or got in his ear, perhaps, to get him mad at Jay. I'm not exactly sure, but that was some tea that, Chef said to be sure to clock. All right, so there was also a very serious piece of information that has been floating around YouTube as of late. I believe, allegedly, from what I've been told, from what I understand, during the blogger's recap of the latest episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville last night, allegedly he may have said that he could be a character witness on behalf of Martell in terms of perhaps any legal or litigation between he and Melody. And so Jay wanted to speak on that as well. So here we go.
Now, I don't care about alleged. I'm not saying allegedly. This is all speculation because it was brought to me. And if we want to play on words, these are synonyms and they can be used. So you can say alleged, and I'm going to say this is all speculation, right? I received a DM that said that Anthony was on live and he mentioned the Eminem kids. And what he said was something along the lines, because I'm not looking at the DM and I'll screenshot it to you, Dun. It was like, he said something along, Martell, if you need a character witness, I'll help you get those kids. Now, we want to talk about job security. We want to talk about the lifeline of the show. We want to talk about stuff like that. But let me tell you something. I love those kids. Melody loved those kids. I'm positive Martell loved his kids. And I'm almost positive that I am more likely to be able to talk to Martell than him. And the thing about it is, you don't talk about children. I just want to make that clear. And Anthony, if that is true, you were wrong. People love the Eminem kids. You don't know the extent of that case, of what both Melody and Martell had to go through with those kids. I think they said that Martell won the case. No, he didn't. The judge left everything the same. I believe they have 50-50 custody of the kids. That's why they rotate weeks. Am I correct? They rotate weeks. Melody has a week. He has a week. He get holidays. She get holidays. She get birthdays. He get birthdays. Winning a child custody case would mean that Martell would have 100% sole custody of those kids. Not only that, he will be awarded child support for those kids because now he will be he will have 100% custody of the kids, and that is not the case. And to even spew those words out of your mouth, if it is true, it is wrong. First of all, you can't be a character witness for anybody because you don't know Martell, and Martell don't know your ass. You don't know Melody, and Melody has made it very clear that she doesn't know you.
So Jay wanted to make it be known that nothing changed majorly in the custody between Melody and Martell over the Eminem kids. They both have them half of the time, 50%, 1 week on, 1 week off. That has been the case and that has not changed. As far as the alleged statement about being a character witness, I think that sometimes some people, when they are mad at someone, or if you feel, I don't know, if it's embarrassed, you want to come back. Sometimes, a lot of times in life, it is not always about retaliation or getting back at someone. At some point, you have to say, okay, look, this person doesn't like me, I don't like them, we're not friends, and then you just go on. That is called protecting your peace, and doing what is best for you. Like, you don't want to have that heart's desire to try and be vengeful towards anyone or be on some get back. Just move on, So that's what I have to say on that. But then there was some light debating in the chat. Some people were saying that the blogger did not specifically mention the Eminem kids, just mentioned being a character witness, but did not mention the children at all. So that was just something that was being discussed in the chat as well. So then I want to talk about what some women actually DM Melody in terms of her ex-husband, Martell. I was so annoyed with this information that Jay shared during his interview with Chef Don Don. So before I even start to give my opinion on it, I feel like these two men, they spoke beautifully on it. So I'm going to go ahead and play this next soundbite, and then I'll come back with my commentary. Here we go.
So, I'm with her a lot. Not as much as I used to be because, she has the lovely Lauren taking care of her now. Hey, Lauren. But women reach out to Melody all the time and say stuff like, oh, you just need to give him another chance. You need to get back with Martell. Like, they really do. And I'm like, what? I'm telling you, there are women that literally DM Melody and tell her that she should be back with Martell. She should just give him another chance. They should just raise their children together. they love them as a couple. They were a power couple. They love to see them together.
What is wrong with y'all?
Done. I'm like, what is happening here? So this is my take on it. You know, Melody is very Southern, like she's from the South, right? And I feel that a lot of times, oftentimes in the South, we are conditioned to keep things in the house. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, don't talk about that. This stays in the house. And I feel like sometimes women, Southern women, are like, I'm going to just deal with it. And they're conditioned to accept it. And I hate to use the word, but abuse. But I'm not saying physical abuse because there are different levels of abuse. There's like mental, physical, emotional abuse, right? And we know that in this situation, Melody endured a lot of emotional abuse. You know, that's no secret. So no jabs at Martell. I don't want him trying to fight me no more. So what I'm saying is that women are conditioned to accept it and then find reasons to justify it. And that is wrong. I'm not a woman, but as a woman, I would feel, hey, if this woman found the strength to leave, then you know what? I'm going to support her decision. Because it wasn't that she just up and left. Like, Melody stayed in that situation. Because not because it was right, but because when it comes to matters of the heart, you cannot tell people what to do. So what R. Kelly said, when a woman's fed up, there's nothing you can do about it. And I think
Okay, so Jay revealed that there are actually women out there who DM Melody Shari telling her to take her ex-husband back. I think that is absolutely ridiculous. First of all, like Jay pointed out, Melody gave Martell time. She gave him a few years, 5 years, to get the cheating out of his system and treat her with the respect and honesty that she deserves. So she definitely tried to give him chances to change, time to change. She was being merciful and forgiving. She was even thinking about her kids and trying to give them a two-parent household. But if the man is disrespecting their mother and he does not see the benefits of marriage and he wants to disrespect her and hurt her, then she did the right thing by leaving him. I cannot believe that there are women out there trying to manipulate Melody by DMing her and telling her to take him back because they chose to settle with the partners that cheated on them, perhaps abused them. No, because she stepped out on faith and put herself first and her needs and her self-respect. Don't try and knock her down a peg and want her to take a no-good man back. That is ridiculous. And I'm glad that it's two men who have put themselves in our shoes to say, no, you do not put up with that disrespect. So I thought that that was a lovely soundbite. I definitely wanted to share that. What do you all think about women trying to DM Melody, telling her to take Martell back? Knowing all of the creepy behavior, allegedly, and in my opinion, the wanting to walk her out to her car and wanting to know passwords to devices and social media accounts, just craziness. Why would she want to go back to that? That would be insane to me. So this next soundbite is Jay circling back to the content of leaking out information before it airs. As an example, the Houston cast trip, as well as like the upcoming season 6 reunion. And he's going to get into some things circling back to Melody's live earlier this week about the blogger. So I'm going to play this soundbite and then come back with my commentary.
You're damn skippy. If you're going to leak information about a show before the show airs, you are tampering with someone's job. What if they just say, you know what, somebody is leaking this information, I'm cutting this. I'm cutting the show. No more Love and Marriage Huntsville. Guess what? There is Tisha and Marceau that get that check. There is Stormy. I don't know if her husband gets it. There's Stormy that gets that check. There's Kimmy and Maurice that get that check. There's Martell that get that check. And there's Melody and Carlos that get a check. And despite how we feel about any of these people, that is their livelihood. Not everybody is clocking in at a mental health facility and watching adults, as I'm privy to now, they're 18 and older. So adults, no one is clocking into a job and doing it. So if you take this money from them because you're leaking information from a show, that's what she meant. Now, Melody on that live never mentioned where he worked. I don't even think she knows where he worked. She doesn't care. So, but guess what? Just like content creators go digging for information, you can't stop your people, your supporters from doing what they want to do. So, Melody, I promise you, Melody ain't called nobody job. So he could just stop there. Melody ain't called nobody job. Hell, Melody don't even want to call me back half the time. So,
Okay, so Jay has made it clear that Melody Shari does not know where the blogger works, and Melody Shari has not called the blogger's job. And he was saying that, Melody said that out of frustration because the leaking of information before the episodes air, it can really tamper with the success, the longevity of the TV show that they're all on. And those actions of leaking information before it airs, it would not just affect Melody, but it could affect the entire cast, whom I'm sure at this point probably definitely gets used to that income. It's one thing if you make enough money in other areas where this additional stream of income, you would just save it every month or every time you get paid. But it's another thing if you've gotten used to it. And when I think of people getting used to this reality TV income, I actually initially first think of Kimmy and Maurice. I would imagine Maurice has some student loan debt. I assume Kimmy is no longer working. He had asked her to quit her job, and then with her health situation. So I'm probably pretty sure their household depends on this own income. So, and then, Marceau and Tisha, they have 3 children. They're going to be going to college soon. So I'm sure the entire cast has gotten used to the income, and they just wouldn't want anything to tamper with that. Now, I will say this from the blogger's perspective. Hey, real talk, we all want to appeal to you all, and we know that you all adore and enjoy Love and Marriage Huntsville and all of the tea that is spilled, from social media, the social media platforms, not anything that's being dug up or trying to expose, So I think from that blogger's perspective, he may feel like he is standing apart and giving you all extra entertainment by, finding people who had business dealings with some of the castmates and it did not work out and giving their side and all these recordings. They probably just think that it's very appealing to you all, but at the end of the day, like when I reflect on myself, I tell myself that, I do have to follow my heart and do content that I would want to watch and that I enjoy. And then I just have to believe that, those who are interested in kicking it with me and checking out my content, they'll watch. That's how I look at it. And then I have to always remember that I gotta, treat others how I would want to be treated in return. And while I've always said I wouldn't want to be on a reality TV show, I would just want to produce a reality TV, I definitely wouldn't want to be, all exposed. It's one thing to be on the show and already be judged for how you look, how you speak, your storyline, but it's another thing if people dig and dig and dig and dig and dig until they find something. And, that sometimes, there's that thing called boundaries. It could just perhaps go too far and just really put people in some sticky situations. So that's what I thought about when Jay spoke on that. So I found this next soundbite to be very interesting as well, where he talked about, Melody and Stormy. So I'll play the soundbite and then come back with my commentary.
Try to make the example of how Melody doesn't insert herself in things. And because you know what's really disappointing to me?
Yeah, I gotta chill, bro.
What's really disappointing to me? So what's really disappointing to me is that I really thought Melody and Stormy were going to be like the best of friends. Because in the beginning, she was around all the time. We did telltale signs at her house. Like she was so, and she's still a sweet girl, but I guess Stormy don't like Melody no more. So maybe I'm not sorry because I gotta ride for my friend. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like my friend, you don't like me. Shit, they have it. Block me.
Wow. Listen, I am over here in real life tears because Jay is.
Me too.
But y'all know, this is him all day, every day, honey. I am literally.
So in that soundbite, I feel like, and I want to say, like, when there were pauses, it's because they were cracking up, laughing. Look, also Jay, he could do stand-up comedy in addition to doing makeup. He is hilarious, and he loves the blogger True T. I have to agree, she is super duper funny. She is hilarious. But when there were those moments of silence, it's because Chef Don Don and Jay were cracking up, okay? And they were laughing. Even like the chat, that everyone just had the laughing emojis going, and then it would just make you laugh even more. And so I want to say that I guess, there is the outside appearance of looking like someone wants to be your friend, looking like Stormy wants to be Melody's friend. And she opened up her home to Melody to film her music video for Telltale Signs. They're both business women. Yeah, it did look like perhaps they were going to be friends. But, I think that Stormy, she wanted to get on the reality TV show. She wanted to advertise her Canvas beauty brand. She wanted to, open up her social media to a whole viewership of people to expose her beauty products. And then on top of that, you have her mom in her ear, just driving a wedge between she and Melody Shari. So what looked like it could be a budding friendship, I guess it just didn't stand a chance if you really just wanted to be on a TV show and just wanted to, in my opinion, use the star of the show to get on the show, and then your mom kind of mind f's you as much as she can about the star of the show. So then, yeah, how can a friendship survive all of that? But and I get it, you want to open up your company to a really large viewership of a popular reality TV show, but also take the time to get to know a person. Goodness, it can't always just be about self and money, and you got to hustle, you got to grind, and you don't care how you do it. Don't be cutthroat. Also try and get to know Melody Shari. And like these women on this show that listen to the mamas 100%, it is just a lot, baby. Oh my gosh. So this last soundbite that I want to share, I thought it just speaks to generosity and kindness. And oh my gosh, baby, definitely luxury.
Questions? I would like to say that I would like to thank Melody publicly for that wonderful trip to Cancun. It was everything. It was beyond what I could have imagined. I mean, from the time that we landed and we all got our black cars, we pulled up to that thing like like we was a mob. So I want to thank her for the luxury experience. I'm glad that she knows her team is used to luxury experiences and won't give us anything less than. I am glad to have stayed at LeBlanc where they served me. I had my own butler. I had my own bar in my room, my own tub with my jets. She booked a wonderful spa day for everyone on her team. And we went jet skiing, parasailing. Thank you, Melody. Did you see me?
Stuff off. I said, "Oh, okay."
I know. Everybody was trying to hunch me. Oh yeah, they like that thick and sexy. They was trying to hunch me.
Okay, yeah. If there's any personal questions about male.
So, oh my gosh, I remember Melody's IG stories from a few months ago where she treated her team, and I remember seeing them out on the water, in the pool at the resort. And then for Jay to say that, you know, he had his own butler and they had this luxury spa day, they went parasailing, jet skiing, just opulence. And I just thought that was so generous of Melody. And it's funny that he brought that up because this comes on the heels of her blessing 6 people with $300 each right now at Christmas time. I made a video about that, you know, and it was some positive news. And I get it, you know, people like the drama, and you know, sometimes those videos don't get as many views. But I really think that that really warms your heart, and it gives you a reminder that there are some decent, kind people in this world that we live in. You know, especially in these times with all of the violence that's happening overseas on the other side of the world, to see someone be so generous, not only to her team, but to strangers, it means a lot to the human race. And it can be inspiring that you can still treat others how you want to be treated in return. Yeah, it sucks when you don't always get that energy returned to you, but there will be times when you do get that kindness and that love back. So I thought that was great. You all let me know in the comments some of your favorite highlights from Chef Don Don's interview with Melody Shari's makeup artist, Jay Taylor. What do you think, you know, about women telling Melody to take Martell's behind back? I wish I would. And then also let me know what you think about, you know, just creativity and, you know, you just knowing like, okay, so I won't do anything. I won't report on anything that hasn't aired yet, or any of the like salacious stuff that people DM me, you know, that could be like an expose. I'll just chill. Where do you think about creativity and boundaries? So please hit the like button on this video. It's a free way of supporting the channel. Then YouTube will recommend this video to more people who enjoy commentary surrounding the cast of Love and Mayor Chuntsville. Perhaps YouTube will recommend this video to more people who didn't know about Chef Don Don's interview. Then they'll go over on his channel and kick it with him and check out the interview. And so please hit the like button, or if you want to hit the dislike button, it offers the same stimulation as hitting the like button. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye.